Hello there, college algebra students. This is Mr. Kashi speaking. In this video, I just wanted to go through two quick examples on how to graph a hyperbola, and really just which characteristics you're going to need to graph them in ALEX, because they have a graphing hyperbola tool that you can use. So you really just need some of these characteristics. So kind of like before, we're just going to be doing H, K, and in this case we just need A and B. We do not need C. Okay, so in this case we have a vertical transverse axis because our y comes first. That's how we can tell if it's a vertical or horizontal. So because the y comes first, it's vertical with a hyperbola. Our h is going to be with our x term, so and it's the opposite of what we see, so that's 1. Our k would be -4. A in this case would be square root of 4, which is 2. And b would be the square root of 25, which is 5. So just to go through our different characteristics here that we're going to need is center. It's going to be hk, so that'd just be 1, -4. We're going to need one vertice. We're not going to need two, but we'll just go through and find one of them. So vertice right there would be our h, which is 1. And then k plus a. So then we would have -4 plus 2. So that would just be 1, -2 would be a vertice. You could find another one if you wanted to, but using the hyperbola tool in ALEX, you would just need the one vertice, and it'll plot the other one symmetrically for you. We won't need a foci or anything like that. But we will need an asymptote, and we're not going to need the full thing, but we will need to kind of plug in some values here. So we have to plug in our k, which is -4, and that equals, we'll just use one of the asymptotes. So let's just use the positive slope. So we have a over b, which is 2/5, and then that's going to be x minus 1. So really, you could clean it up a little bit. You could go y plus 4 equals 2/5 x minus 1. But I want to just kind of talk about what this all is. Really, this is just saying, okay, well, this is point slope form. Our center is at 1, -4, because we're talking about opposites. And then our slope of our line is rise over run. That's 2/5. So really, all you would need to do is you would need to go to the point 1, -4, and then you would need to go up 2 spaces, over 5 spaces, and put another point. And using the hyperbola tool on ALEX, that should be all you would need. So we don't really need to put this in slope-intercept form or anything like that. So moving on to our next example. Because our x is first, we have a horizontal transverse axis. And so let's just go through H, K, A, and B. We do not need C because we're not finding our focus or anything like that. So H in this case would be 4, and our K would be -6. A would be the square root of 25, so that would be 5, and B would be the square root of 9, which is 3. So finding our center again, remember it's just HK, because it tells us in our cheat sheet over here to the right. So H is 4, K is -6. That is the center of our hyperbola. Vertex, we just need one of them. So in this case, it's going to be H plus A. H plus A, so that would be 4 plus 5. And then our k value of -6. So that would be 9. -6 would be a vertice, and then using the hyperbola tool, ALEX will plot the other vertice just using symmetry. And then our asymptote. Okay, and just be careful here because this time it's going to be b over a instead of a over b. That's the most important part. So here we have y minus k, which is -6. Equals, we're going to do b over a, so this would be 3/5, and we have x minus 4. So once again, you could clean it up if you wanted to, but really the whole point of this is that it is in point slope form. And we do it that way just because it tells us our center. Okay? And then we have our slope of 3/5. So if you wanted to plot the asymptotes on the graph, you would just go to the point 4, -6, which is our center of our hyperbola, which should already be graphed, and then just go up 3 spaces over 5. So we have rise over run, and in this case it would be 3/5 for our slope. So you just go up 3 spaces over 5 spaces. So hopefully these two examples help you graph hyperbolas for your assignment.